Generic villain alert! Am I right? What a drag. What's so scary about this guy? Come on. The scariest thing about this guy is his jawline. Like, dude, eat some protein, my guy. The man is so slender, he's available now for download on Steam. Oh, you got one orange contact lens? That does not make you scary. That makes you a Snapchat filter. This man is the worst villain to ever exist. Don't cry. No, you don't cry, Silco. No, you're perfect. You're perfect.
My turn. Keeps getting better.
How many more bones will you crush?
Now I'm the bad guy.
She wouldn't even harm a fly.
Shimmer me timbers! Welcome back to Villain Review, a series where I reviewed the best and worst villains of all time, and today we are looking at Silco from the 2021 series Arcane League of Legends. Everyone has been praising this show a lot lately, and I kind of get the hype. The animation is beautiful, and the characters are all pretty interesting. Okay, well, most of them are really... Okay, shut up, Victor's great. One of the characters who's been the subject of much conversation lately is the main villain Silco. But is he really that good, or is he kind of overrated? Let's break him down and find out.
We shared a vision, Vander. A dream of freedom, not just for the lanes, but the whole of the underground.
In the world of Arcane, you got two main cities, sorta. You got Piltover and Zaun. Piltover is sort of like the golden child of the two. It's developed, it's got advanced technology, it's got puffles with mustaches that can talk, and Popeye's chicken sandwich. Probably. It's a city of progress, innovation, and simps. Zaun is sort of like the sibling that got really into drugs, and now nobody really gives a shit about them. While Piltover sees progress and ingenuity, Zaun is home to lots of crime, drug addicts, literally, and overall has sort of been forgotten by the Piltover Council, which oversees both cities. If Piltover gets the Popeye's chicken sandwich, Zaun gets nothing. In fact, it just gets smacked in the face by a rat on fire with the Black Plague. Very understandably, the people of Zaun start to get upset and start campaigning for their own independence. Silco and his best homie Vander being two very strong advocates for this movement. The two would become like brothers in pursuit of their goal until a falling out between them would lead to Vander trying to drown his homie Silco. Silco would escape the encounter, but not before getting some water, chemicals, or something like that would just jack up half of his face. Turning into a crime lord and inventing steroids, or Bane, or whatever that is, Silco would continue to chase his dream of obtaining an independent Zaun, doing whatever it takes to achieve his goal. How's the motive, you ask? How's the origin? Good question. It's alright. Zaun is clearly a terrible place, so it makes sense why Silco and everyone else wants to see it improve. The history with Vander is also pretty interesting, but with both of these, I just feel like something is missing. I want to say that the origin it's plenty fine enough, but I think if they added a few more things, it could have made Silco a lot more interesting from the very start. Tell me more about Silco's past and why he's so determined to see Zaun just rise from the ashes. Show me more about his past with Vander. I think the fact that we never see a flashback of Silco and Vander as friends, I think that was a big missed opportunity. If we just saw how close that they were, it would have made the rivalry a lot more interesting. Imagine if we didn't get the first 3 episodes, and then when we first meet Jinx, the show was just like, oh yeah, her and her sister, yeah, they have a complicated past. The dynamic wouldn't be anywhere near as good as it is because of the first 3 episodes. I would have loved to see something like that with Silco and Vander, but, oh well, what are you gonna do? Surprisingly though, I'm sort of happy we don't get much context to the whole drowning situation, because it automatically makes the viewer wonder if Silco had it coming, or maybe Vander's just not that good of a guy after all. I really like that. So yeah, the origin and motive are fine, but I think if they took a little more time to flesh it out, it could have been a really special origin.
About time Daddy joined us. You were so busy, little Ren here saw me in.
While we might not get super clear reasons why he cares so much about Zaun, I think the fact that he does says a lot about his personality. Yeah, he might not have the most polite methods, but I think deep down Silco believes that what he's doing is right, and that he's really helping the people of Zaun. Even if he has to drug them up, kill dozens of them, and commit almost every crime imaginable to do it. For the first 3 episodes of Arcane, Silco really didn't interest me that much. He seems sort of like a generic crime boss sort of villain, and like I said, his origin is decent, but it's not good enough to automatically make him interesting. That being said, from the 4th episode on, Silco gets more and more interesting, and that is because of a very interesting and dynamic relationship with one very special character. Heimer Finkel Dinkle. No, it's Jinx. The relationship between these two makes Silco such a better character, and without this dynamic, Silco was honestly a very average sort of villain. Before Jinx, nothing really stands out about Silco, and I feel like his whole personality was just, we must freeze on, no matter what it takes, yeah, freedom. Yeah, that's his main motive, and there's no real depth there. With Jinx, we see a whole new side open up. A side that has to balance the love for his surrogate daughter and his life's work. That alone, I think, is a very interesting setup for a villain. And no, they're not like, it's not creepy, man. It's not a creepy vibe, okay? So I've heard people say it's a creepy vibe. It's not creepy, man. Get over it. It's a parental role. A man who has dedicated his whole entire life to one goal, but finds himself being pulled away from it due to someone so close to him that he's never really had before. I think that is such an interesting way to frame a character. It makes Silco feel way more interesting and like an actual real character instead of just another generic villain who wants to take over the city while he plans from his exotic lair underwater and gives monologues. While this is by far the best part of Silco's character, there are some other things that I really did enjoy. Even though his best homie Vander tries to drown him, he always holds a level of respect towards Vander, and he says the same about Jace, who's on the Piltover Council. The level of respect he feels for characters who might oppose him, it's a trait we don't often see in villains. He acknowledges oftentimes that people do what they have to do, and if they're worthy of his respect, there's a chance he'll give it to him. It's again something that makes him feel less like a generic villain and more like an actual smart character with depth.
I would have had your son killed for this, though I suppose we're ahead on that account.
With the fogginess around the whole drowning situation, it might be easy to think, hey, who knows, maybe Silco, maybe he's not even that bad. Yeah, but no, he's definitely that bad. When a villain is willing to do whatever it takes, yes, it's a testament to their determination, but the ruthless nature, it always ends up giving us some of the most evil moments in the show. Shimmer might seem like a Bane-type steroid that makes you just swole, but its production also leads to many deformities and addicts being created, all because of Silco. The production is rushed into human trials by someone that's kind of forced into it, and once Silco knows it's working, yeah, he doesn't give an F. He's just killing people left and right with it. Jinx is obviously this man's whole world, and we see his selfishness shine through with his relationship with Vi throughout the whole show. Vi is the one person who might be able to take Jinx away from him, and instead of telling Jinx her sister is alive, it's far easier to, just lie and try to kill her. He's also just a complete dick to Marcus, but like, it's Marcus, so he gets a free pass there. Alright, so first thing I need is an occupation. Drug dealer. Cool. Favorite body part? Appropriate one? Yes, please, appropriate one. I'll go with eyeball then. Perfect. Give me something your girlfriend describes you as. Soft. Very strange, but okay. Give me something that has happened to you in the past. Well, when I was young, I was dipped in yucky poop water. You were dipped in yucky poop water? Yes, I had a terrible childhood. Yeah, I can tell. Give me something you're scared of. Probably getting blue balls. Dude, what the hell is wrong with you? Yeah, I have a terrible life. Anyways, tell me what we got for our villain Mad Libs. Okay, so our villain is a drug dealer who loses an eyeball because he's dipped in yucky poop water. Deep down, he's really soft, and his main goal is to get blue balls? Oh my lord, that is terrifying. This might actually work. I think we can work with this.
It was your job to make sure things went smoothly. You failed. Don't disappoint me again.
Spoilers for Arcane Season 1, you've been warned. The first scene that sticks out to me is when this Hot Topic employee starts stepping to Silco, acting like maybe someone else should be in charge. We then get this really cool scene where Silco just puts them back in their place, making this guy beg for the mask. Dude, such a power move. Speaking of power move, knocking over little girls' toys. Dude, what a legend. Actually, this scene is really good, though. Because, first of all, Marcus sucks. And second of all, intimidation at its finest. I like seeing Silco put up the friendly front in front of Marcus's daughter, while still threatening Marcus, because he's an idiot who can't do anything right. The best scenes for Silco, though, are by far his final moments with Jinx, because it's also probably the best moment in the entire show. Jinx is torn between her sister and Silco. her biological sister, and her adoptive father. She has to make a choice. Silco is offered the choice by Piltover that if he gives up Jinx, they will give Zahn independence, the one thing he always wants. He has to pick between obtaining his life goal or saving his surrogate daughter. And it is here we see Silco at his most vulnerable. In a last-ditch attempt to stop Vi, Silco tries to shoot her, Jinx accidentally kills him, and he then tells her that he would have chosen her. He always would have chosen her. He never would have given her up. He never would have let her down. Freeing Zahn was his life mission, and yet he was going to give it up for Jinx. It's the culmination of the giant conflict in Silco, and its resolution shows us so much about the character, even in his final words. He cares about Zahn, but he cares about Jinx more. He's a villain, but he's real. He has emotions, a weakness, feelings, and this scene solidifies all of that.
Not for anything. Don't cry. You're perfect.
Alright, I wasn't planning on this, but if this video gets 100 likes, Arcane tier list, maybe I'll do a review. What do you want, Arcane tier list or a review? I don't know, 100 likes, let's make it happen. The origin and motive we get for Silco are fine enough, but I feel like it could have been better if it were fleshed out just a little more. Character-wise, it's the dynamic with Jinx that saves him and makes him anything worth talking about, and it's probably the best dynamic in the entire show. His determination leads to some pretty evil things, and he's also got some pretty solid scenes, along with an ending that I'm sure will be remembered for a long time. I think Silco is a really solid villain. He doesn't have any really weak areas, but I think he could have been better if he was given a little more time and attention. He gets better throughout the season, and his impact on Jinx, I'm sure, will continue to show for however long the show runs. And I really like when villains have that resonating impact on main characters. I'm going to give Silco a very strong 7.5. Thanks again for watching, and make sure you let me know what you think of Silco in the comments below. As always, let me know who I should review next, and I really appreciate you for watching. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.
I'll show them. We will show them all.